Welcome back to New News with your host Olivia Jane, your new way of getting your news. On this week's New News, Trump's historic return, Twitch's adpocalypse, fearsome fireworks, and the UNICEF mission successful for millions in Asia. But first, with the conclusion of the 2024 US presidential race, Donald Trump has returned to the White House, capturing the nation's vote in a tight and divisive election. America, split along political lines, now braces for another term under Trump, who has promised to return to greatness with policies harking back to his original tenure. In an election season dominated by media spectacles, celebrity endorsements, and heated debates, the question remains, where does this victory leave America? And what does it mean for the world? Throughout his campaign, Trump garnered headlines and roused his base with appearances on influential platforms, most notably his interview on the Joe Rogan Experience. The event combined podcast showmanship with Trump's signature style, where he discussed everything from alien theories to his latest fitness regimen. Rogan, known for his unfiltered style, gave Trump the stage to double down on his narrative of swamp draining and returning America to real strength. In this appearance, Trump addressed the much-publicized assassination attempt, calling it a terrible thing, framing it as a testament to his resilience and popularity. The podcast interview, which went viral almost instantly, served as a rallying cry for Trump supporters and solidified his image as a fighter unwilling to back down. Kamala Harris, for her part, spent the campaign backed by Hollywood's elite, endorsements which clearly did not help. Kamala collected all the Infinity Stones. She had Eminem, Cardi B, and even Beyoncé, but still, she lost. She utilized TikTok influencers by the dozen and had many viral social media campaigns, including when she monopolized Brat Summer. Might this show that social media and celebrities are indeed not as influential as we might think they are? Her rallies often looked more like star-studded events than traditional political gatherings, drawing on the allure of cultural influence and popularity among younger audiences. But despite the high-profile support, her campaign struggled to translate celebrity endorsements into votes in key battleground states. Voters questioned whether her star-powered strategy could address pressing national issues, seeing her as more aligned with Hollywood than with Middle America. Trump's victory reveals a divided nation, craving leadership but split on what form that leadership should take. His base sees him as a strong, straightforward leader focused on returning America to a more traditional path. His critics argue that his idea of strength is little more than posturing, potentially leaving America isolated on the edge of a global stage. Harris's campaign, while appealing to the progressive, socially conscious demographic, didn't convince a broad enough coalition that she could address their day-to-day concerns in a meaningful way. Onlookers around the world watched with a mix of apprehension and curiosity as Trump reclaims the Oval Office. His foreign policy, often centering on America first, raises questions for allies and rivals alike. European leaders are concerned about trade policies and potential shifts in alliances, whilst Asia wonders how Trump's stance will impact global diplomacy. America's position as a stabilizing force in international relations is once again under scrutiny, and the world is bracing for a more insular, unpredictable approach from the US. The spectacle of podcasts, celebrity endorsements, and political pageantry has dominated public discourse, leaving many to question the state of American democracy. With a new term set to begin, America now faces the reality of its choice, a path shaped as much by personalities and platforms as by policy and principle. The world watches, and America, once again, is poised to redefine itself under the gaze of an international audience. As the dust settles on the election, the new president steps into a uniquely robust and promising landscape. The US stock market is reaching unprecedented heights, and the uninsured rate is close to record lows, signaling both financial optimism and improved healthcare access. Life expectancy has reached new peaks, and the nation's construction of apartments hasn't been this strong in 50 years, reflecting a boom in housing supply. Meanwhile, inflation, illegal immigration, crime, and obesity rates are all on the decline, with wages climbing to historic levels. Employment is near an all-time high, and America's productivity now outpaces that of every comparable nation. Carbon emissions are on the downturn, while clean energy production surges ahead, marking a hopeful shift towards sustainability. In an especially exciting development, next month America's factories are set to begin mass production of the world's most advanced technology, underscoring the country's position as an innovation leader. All in all, the US remains the wealthiest, most influential nation on the global stage, a powerhouse primed for its next chapter. In other news, allegedly, the first person to use the suicide pod in Switzerland has been found with strangulation marks on her neck. After the death of the 64-year-old American woman, all those involved were arrested, including Dr. Florian Willett, the president of the company The Last Resort Pod. Suspiciously, he was the only one present at the end of this woman's life, and he described her death as peaceful, fast, and dignified. However, according to the forensic doctor, she suffered serious neck injuries, so the chief investigator suspects homicide. What could his motivation be? Well, he has a lot of money in this company and in these pods working. They are the first of their kind, and he is still fighting big battles to make them legal. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but just in case, don't try to go to Switzerland and use these last resort pods, okay? Next up, Twitch is going through an ad apocalypse. The popular online streaming platform is coming under fire for being anti-Semitic. Long story short, a handful of streamers were found saying things against Jewish people and against veterans. When this was reported by viewers due to hate speech, Twitch came back and said that this speech was allowed and protected under their Free Speech Act. However, in their Free Speech Act, it blatantly says you are not allowed to say hateful things against veterans, which this definitely was. After lots of backlash, Twitch banned those streamers involved, but only for 1 week. All this controversy has made advertisers leave the website. Twitch will not survive long without serious changes, and may have to follow in the steps of YouTube's ad apocalypse approach in March 2017, where major advertisers discovered their ads were being shown alongside controversial and extreme content. In 2017, this prompted a ton of key advertisers to pull ads from the platform and forced YouTube with the task of completely revamping their algorithm to identify brand-friendly content and block controversial content at scale. Now, Fireworks Night has just gone, in case you couldn't tell by the endless loud bangs going on for the past week all through the night. This year, firemen responded to over 1,000 emergency calls due to home fireworks gone wrong. A group of firemen were even attacked when young men called 999, then, when they arrived, aimed their fireworks at the firemen. This night has called into question if fireworks should be more regulated than they are. Right now, you just have to be over 18 to purchase fireworks. However, with the caliber of fireworks getting more grand and bigger, the public are calling for size and power restrictions so that the public does not need to spend their week in fear a stray firework might hit their building. And finally, UNICEF South Asia reports initiatives in 8 countries are transforming access to nutritious foods, essential services, and educational opportunities for over 170 million adolescent girls. In Afghanistan, iron and folic acid supplements are being delivered directly to girls' homes, while India's Anemia Free India program provides targeted interventions to combat widespread anemia. Social safety net services are also in place for mothers and underweight women, ensuring support for those in need. These comprehensive efforts are helping girls glow, thrive, and reach their full potential all across Asia. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The New News. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye!